Welcome everyone, let's continue building our columns game. Today I want to start detecting matches when you have 3 or more in a row. So let's get started. I am going to create a new file to hold the tests for these detections to not make the board tests file too big. So let's create a new one called detect matches tests, and we need test, and we need to import our game, and then we can create our test class and create a first test. And the first test will be detecting a horizontal match 3 on the floor. So that's like the simplest case. So we have a horizontal match 3 and they're all on the floor. So we need a board and we need some gems. Let's see. This one will, for instance, be green. We need 2 more. Okay, and then let's assert that if we take our board and we call find matches, we get 3 matching gems back. But I want to, because the API I'm looking for is this, the find matches function will return a set of coordinates with all the matching gems that it was able to find, and then we can count them and do other stuff with them. So let's start implementing this function. Let's go down a bit. And we'll create a new function called func find matches, and this will return a set of vectors. Let's return an empty set for now, so at least this compiles, and then we can run the test and see it fail. Okay, so this one failed, so let's go back to our board and let's start detecting matches. To do that, we'll create a results variable to hold all the detected matches, and this one we will return at the end, and we do the detection in the middle, and we'll simply go through each and every gem. We're going through all the rows and going through all the columns. We'll create a coordinate, x and y, and we will start by looking at the next one. So we'll create an offset vector called dx, and well, first let's check if we actually have a gem at this location, because if we don't have one, then we don't need to do anything. So let's see if we can find a gem at this position, and then let's go look how long we can keep our sequence going on. So I'll create a match sequence as a set also of vectors, and I'll initiate it with just the coordinates, so it always has at least one. And then what we'll do is we'll check if our gem is equal to the gems at the coordinate plus a vector of dx and 0, and this way we're going to step through each gem on the right of the first one that we're checking. And as long as that's the same as this one, we now have several in a row. They can be 3, but it can also be more. If we find one, then we take our match sequence and insert this coordinate. And also we increment our dx so we can look at the next one. Now, eventually we will run out of matches. If this is the case, then we check if our match sequence.count is larger or equal to 3, because we need 3 matches at least to have a counting sequence. This will also count sequences of 1 or 2, but I only want to have the ones that are at least 3 large. Then I take the result and I'll create a union with our match sequence, meaning that it will take all the elements that are already in the result and all the elements in match sequence, and will take the ones that are not in the other one and add them together. And then this way we add all the new ones into result, and the ones that are already there are just ignored. This should at least detect a horizontal match, and it does. Okay, so this was a really simple case. And we're only counting, so let's see if we actually get the result back that we expect. So we'll do the detect horizontal matches on the floor again, but this time we returns the coordinates of matching gems. So I want to check if I actually get the coordinates back. Can use the same board. We get our result, and then we can check the result. This needs to assert true, because we're going to do result contains and then the vectors that we want. So for instance, vector 1, 0. And we're going to do this 2 more times, also for 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so far so good. Let's also test that we don't get anything back if we don't have any matches. So take our board again. Again take a couple of gems, but this time we'll make the last one red. Again we'll do the result. Find the matches, and we'll assert that result.count is 0. This should also pass. So this we didn't do this really test driven, because we implemented basically the entire detection functionality before looking at each and every one of these cases. But I feel this is such a standard pattern for detecting matches that well, I think it's probably okay this time. Let's see if we can also detect 4 in a row. So I'll take this one again. So let's add another one. And we should also get this one back. And we're now able to detect the vertical matches, horizontal matches, I'm sorry. We can do something similar for a vertical. And let's just copy these tests. Only this time we need to shuffle some around. Okay, and I think this is the last one. Now, if I run this test, they should all fail. Except one that doesn't test if we don't find anything. And the reason there is that we're indeed not checking for verticals right now. Our simplest solution to do this as well will be to, let's rename this one to horizontal matches. Copy this entire thing. And instead of moving to the side, we now move up. And we create a new function called find matches that starts with a result. It finds horizontal matches, returns the results, and in the middle we do result form union with find vertical matches. And now this should compile and pass. Okay, so we're able to detect matches. That's all nice. But what do you want to do with these matches? Well, let's start by saying that when matches are detected, after detecting matches, matched gems are removed. So let's see if we can delete the ones that were found. So we need a new board. And this time let's also add a non-matching one. Then we take our updated and create an updated board by calling board.update. And then we assert that and these places there is no more gem. So at 0, 1 there's no gem. At 2 and 3 neither. So let's run this test. And these fail, of course, because, well, two things. We're never calling the find matches method, and we're not doing anything with it. So let's see if we can fix this. In our update, let's start by finding matches. Matches will be in our updated board, find matches. And for the match in matches, so for each one we find, we say updated board gems remove a value for the key match, because that's a vector. So now the ones that match should be removed. And also what I want to happen, or really not want to happen, is if after detecting matches, no new gems are spawned. I want to make sure that we don't see any gems while some are being removed. Because you detect a match, some gems might remove, then some others might start falling again, and so on. So I don't want any new gems while there's either still something falling or we're still detecting matches. So we can use the same board. Then we take our updated board. And then we assert that our updated board gems.count is only 1 and still 1. So let's run this test. And this test fails because we're only checking if a gem is fallen to see if it's if we need to spawn a new gem. We should also check that if and matches.count is 0, so we don't have any matches. See if this still works. Okay, cool. Test now passes. Let's build and run our game and see if this starts resembling the columns game a bit. Okay, so we have some gems falling, so I'll place the yellow hearts next to each other. Ah, nice. Another heart. Let's see if this detects the match when they touch. Okay, they remove. Cool. And we can do something similar if we cycle these ones. Nice. So we see the gems indeed disappearing once the match is detected. Okay, cool. There is something I want to show, and it's because I want to show if this is something that I'm not sure I want to fix yet. So let's say we have our gem. It also matches while falling. So gems can also match while they are still falling. I haven't decided yet if this is something I want to happen or not want to happen. So for now, I'm just going to roll with it and see where that leads us. Next time, I want to start implementing the diagonal matches. So we have all the standard types of matches that you can have in this game. For now, thanks for watching and have a good day.